Show us your tips, Daggy and Beaver, with you to get stuck into two very good Group 1 cards of racing. How you travelling, mate?
I'm traveling pretty good, Daggy. That was some interesting music to start off. I felt like I was going to do some kind of Irish dancing or something. We dancing because of how well we went last week or something.
Something like that. Yeah, it was an absolute fill-up last week. Wasn't bad at all.
Yes,
Would have been better
the
if we
boys went
didn't.
all right.
Yeah, AFL Grand Final cost me a couple of extra bets too, but it's a different story.
Yes,
Very good.
stick to
Enjoyable.
what you know, mate, and that's horse racing. Get off the rest.
Well, that's all right. I'm 1 from 1 with Will Ashcroft as well in the Norm Smith, so look out. Good
Very
chat.
good.
All right, let's
I was waiting for what point you were trying to prove there, but you're not proving anything to me, mate.
I'm retiring undefeated.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's talk racing. We're going to go to Randwick first, I think. Let's kick off there, where it's beautiful weather in Sydney town. I think we're going to be in a good track, possibly even a firm track, with the weather around. Very windy today. The wind should drop off tomorrow from all reports. Rail true, all systems go, I think. We're going to kick off with an 1,800 metre midway. I'm not necessarily sure all systems are going in this race, but you can have first crack at finding a winner.
You're so kind, Daggy, to let me go first in this affair here, because I have no scoop. I have no Scooby-Doo here of what the hell's going on in this race. Yeah, I won't be having a bet, but given I'm on a show and I'm forced to take a pick, just going a bit of value here in number 2, Claim the Crown. Third up, both runs, first 2 runs haven't been too bad. About $10 is okay play in the start of the day, albeit drawn a bit wide.
I didn't like the Canterbury lead up and I didn't like the Midway lead up, so I was left with not much left. I might have a small bet, a tiny bet at a big price on Dr. Evil because it's complete different form, but it's not obviously not a horse particularly likes winning. I thought Claim the Crown's going pretty well as well, so I won't knock that choice. We get into the 2-year-olds. A baby step out for the first time in the second. The Breeders' Plate for the boys comes up first. 1,000-metre race here. And I am going to go with the Gay Waterhouse trained Eviction Notice on top, as the market has done. I think it springs across, finds the lead, and it's going to be very hard to beat off some impressive trials. Main Danger Paradoxium, who trialled off the rails, which isn't always great for the babies, and now gets gate 1. I think can improve with the rail to follow in these early 2-year-old races. So make it the Main Danger, and your Huckleby did beat at home, so it has to be a live chance. But this favourite should be hard to beat, I think. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the favourite, based on the trial, the favourite looks pretty hard to beat. But Gay can do that with these up and running 2-year-olds. They can come out and really put the hammer down in the trial. It's got to bring it to race day, which is a different story. But I have got it on top in a race with all the new starters. I thought Incognito was a danger around double figure odds. This wasn't a cheap buy for the Freedman stable here. It's got some nice breeding and could run well after a reasonably untested trial.
The girls step out next. The 2-year-old fillies, 1,000 metres in the gym crack. And what are you doing this one?
Yeah, look, again, no easier here with all the first starters here. I am going for a Waterhouse one here, but not the favourite. I'm going for Home Invasion, the second favourite here. Nice trial win, was a little bit green, but I thought it won well. I think it'll be improved by that. Gets the inside draw here, which can get out, hold up a position on the rails, if not lead, and might be the hardest to run down. I had it on top with the Main Danger being number 7, Masvingo, from the Bjorn Baker stable. Again, I think nice little trial win there, and well-bred, and could run well fresh.
I'm with you. I'm with Home Invasion on top. I like the inside draw for it here. Should spring through and be hard to run down. So I'll put it on top. I thought, yes, she did. Trialled really well. It looks a little bit stylish. Different connections. Probably would start this race shorter. So we'll make it the Main Danger. Good luck to Ryan and the team in the Wildling, who, friend of the show. He's got a share in the Wildling and is very excited to see it step out tomorrow. So all the best there. The fourth is the listed Dulcify for the 3-year-olds. And I'm going to have a crack at the fact that I think this up-and-comer Ruination is a nice horse. 2 soft kills at Newcastle, very stylish there, draws a sweeper's gate here. And once you start getting into these 3-year-old races out beyond a mile, it's a bit of a different land. So it's on top, and I think around $6 looks a fair enough price. I think Flying Orchard improves, just went back and never really got into that race last start. Blinkers go on, and he's better now. It's heavily backed going into that race. So it's got something to offer here. Officiate's gone down to Melbourne, which we'll talk about later. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I thought Ruination was certainly one to keep an eye on, but I've gone for Attica. I'm quite keen on this one. I thought its first start win was very good, and then was a shorty at second up and ran second, but that was in a race that was completely leader dominated, got all the favours, the leader up front, and has a bit of ability. Attica finished off quite nicely. Gate 14 here. I think Attica and Ruination will make a run together. And I'm just hoping Attica is the slightly stronger.
The 5th is a mile benchmark 94, and very much one of these purgatory races of some beat-up old horses. I thought Idle Fly perhaps meets the right race and made a bit of a believer of me last start. Is that the way you're going?
It is. Down in the weights here, third up. First 2 wins have been very good. Short enough, but the last 200 was pretty impressive last start. It hit the line well, ran a fast last 200, and look, 1600 looks ideal, perfectly drawn here. This sets up nicely, and I think this is another race that can win with some horses that are probably struggling a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. The main danger, if there is one, is Polymnia. Had to sit outside lead last start. It will improve, and has a less tarnished record than some of the others, we will say. 2 hopes. The 6 is a Group 1 Flight Stakes. 3-year-old fillies here, and very easy for me to like Apocalyptic. Sat 3 wide last time out and towed him. It was pretty arrogant. Still learning the caper, so we'll be better here again. Any around even money is a good bet. Best of the card for me. What are you doing?
Yeah, pretty much same as you. Very hard to go past. This horse is flying, just keeps getting better. Drawn perfectly here. I wouldn't expect it to be too wide this time, and I don't think you're going to get your even money, but I think you'll get the victory.
I'll mention one. I think Karinska to a mile can improve for a place. Any other horse even. We'll mention there. The quaddie kicks off. 1200 metre Premier Stakes here at group level. One of the last stops on the way to the Everest. Briasa is even money. Is that how you're going?
Yeah, I am going Briasa again. I just think should be beating these. There's only really 3 horses I think can win. Small field looks to be able to dictate the terms here, I think. And based on that, I think it's going to get the sort of sit and sprint here and be too good and give them too much to chase. Jimmy Star's obviously a quality horse. 1200 will be finishing hard, but probably needs the pace on to do its best. And Private Harry, well, we need to see how it's come up. It was pretty ordinary first up, so I'm not going to say it can't win, but needs to improve.
The stable's not with us, but I have to put Briasa on top. Was good behind Jolie Star last time out. I don't think it's any good thing, but lack of opposition. The fact it's going to settle in front of Jimmy in probably a slowly run race is has put it on top from Jimmy Star, and we'll move on.
Good on you. Get that out.
The Epsom is up next, one of my favourite races of the year. It's race 8. It is Group 1. It's a mile. This is an ordinary Epsom, though. This is terrible.
It's average, isn't it?
Autumn Glows, probably a mile. I like the gate. I like the fact it's got the outside gate, as we know and have discussed for 6 years. You're going to be drawn out wide in these sort of races. Just needs clear air. I think it wins. Pericles is the main danger. Very good resuming for the new stable. Gets the best run. It can probably store 1-1 or similar. And Autumn Glow will have to catch it. Any other horse I'll throw into the quaddie when we get there is Peer, because it is a horse with some ability from New Zealand. But Autumn Glow, I don't like taking favourites in these races, but I just don't see how it gets beat, really. Bad luck is how it gets beat, but just stay in some freaking clear air. Karen, go on, talk.
Yeah, same. I think you're right. Clear air and wins. Actually, the outside, probably pulls back, gets to where it needs to be, and look, it's one of the most ordinary Epsoms for some time. Probably why it's even money favourite. Look, the other horses here would have to turn around some of their form significantly. Even Chow Wolf, a horse like it, you know, if it got to its best, it could run a race. But I haven't seen it these 3 runs in. The one horse I thought could run a good race and improve remarkably is Swift for Alcon. Third up, probably didn't get the best of luck in up at Newcastle. It's only got the minimum 50 here, could run well and sneak into the placings, but no, I'm super keen on Autumn Glow. I think it wins, and happy days. If I get $2, I'll be cheering.
Third of the Group 1s is the Metrop, 2,400 metres. What are we doing in a very interesting race? What are we doing?
Yeah, very interesting race here. Look, you've got a few here that are the top 3 in the market, or won last start, or won very well. And so they tend to hold the key. I'm sticking with Solar Spain. Love the win last start. It did have a lovely run in transit, but I love the way it finished off. I think it'll be further improved for this. Again, gets in with absolute no weight on its back here, 50 kgs. That's a feather. I think it's going to be hard to beat, and I think it continues on its winning ways. So on top for me, again, Birdman going well, so I think you can't leave it out. And look, a horse like Vauban, it's gone from almost starting favourite to now $12. It's third up, and it was ridden absolutely upside down last start. That was a terrible ride. I think it'll go back. I wouldn't let it get under your guard if you're a person that follows it. I think it could run a better race. Its first up run was good, in good company, and then I don't know if they're playing funny buggers last start or what, but I think it could improve.
I'm with you in pretty much similar order. I've gone Solar Spain. I like the fact Waller's used that Newcastle lead up to win Metrops before. It's on top. That was fairly arrogant in the end there. Birdman going well and has now broken through in Australia, main danger. And if you were on Juja Kibo last time out, now it's going around 20s and $5 a place. Don't write it off. Again, it's got in minimum weight, although most of the field's minimum weight. It goes into the quaddie, as does Travolta when we get there. And in the last is the Bronco Sprint, 1,200 metre benchmark, 94. And I'm putting Bjorn on top in the last once more, but I'm going to go with Raikkonen. I think fresh might be best for this horse. Trials were decent enough. Comes back and still has some hope to head somewhere. So it's going to go on top at around the $8 mark. From Cloudland, 20-1. They've worked out to fresh is best for it. Goes in. Boston Rocks, one more chance at the price. Next best. What are you doing here?
Yeah, look, I'm going to go with the number 10, Kerguelen. Was probably pretty unlucky last start. Probably should have almost won that. Won the start prior. Gets gate 13 here. I think it gets again clear air by this time of the day, and I think it can let down well and be hard to beat. I think it's a fairly open race, mind you. I do like Raikkonen as the main danger. Nice runs when last in work. Does go well first up. Bjorn in the last. And is drawn well. So I think it will definitely run well as well. So I wouldn't let it get under your guard. So that was sort of the way I was going. And Firestar was good first up. So it's a knockout horse as well.
Beautiful. The Randwick quaddie for Epsom Day. First leg, I'll go 1, Jimmy Star, 2, Briasa, 6, Private Harry. Second leg, 2, Pericles, 4, Autumn Glow, 5, Pier. Third leg will go a bit wider. 1, Verbayan, 2, Arapo, 7, Birdman, 9, Soul of Spain, 17, Travolta, and 18, Juja Kibo. And we'll come home with 2, Firestar, 3, Cloudland, 5, Disneck, 8, Raikkonen, 10, Kerguelen, 12, Boston Rocks, and 18, Cosmanova. Splitting one of those 2 legs would be lovely. $100 gets you about just under 27%. My best is going to be race 6, number 1, Apocalyptic. My value, race 4, number 6, Ruination. What are you doing?
Yeah, my best is Race 8, number 4, Autumn Glow. I think it'll be super hard to beat. And my value bet is race 9, number 9, Soul of Spain.
Lovely. Let's head to Flemington, which is also a good card. The rail goes out 9 metres. They're supposed to get some rain today. It didn't happen. So I think we get a good track again tomorrow. All systems go once more. 25 degrees. Looks lovely. We kick off with a benchmark 78, 1,200 metres. Take us away, Beaver.
Yeah, look, Flemington, great day of racing there. To kick off the first, an interesting race actually in the first. I think this is really open and there's plenty of chances here. I like some of the lead-up form here. I'm going to put Stolly Bolly on top to finally break through. It's been ultra consistent this time in, and I think gets its chance here. Flew home last start down the straight, beat over the 1100. I think the extra 100 here suits. And I'm hoping it can run over the top of them here, but a lot of these are against each other again. She's an artist, slightly disappointing first up, but could run well. But at the $2.60, I just was a bit worried about taking that at the price. And then if you go out, there's some horses down in the market here: the Bergerac, Princess Q, Acid Wash, all around 15 to 1 plus. I think all of those can run well. The Bergerac in itself, I think each way may be an okay bet.
Yeah, I agree. I pretty agree with everything you said there. I've got Stolly Bolly on top as well. J-Max jumped on. I think with the Bergerac was a forgotten horse. I think it's a nice price. I remember very well with Stolly Bolly on the other side of the track last time out. And I went looking at Acid Wash as well. My bets here will be probably around the 10 and the 2, but a very good way to start the day. Very interesting way to start the day and see how that straight plays. The second is the 2-year-olds down south, Maribyrnong Trial Stakes. And it's very much a watch and learn race for me. It's a bit tricky lining some of these Melbourne horses up. I thought the two McAvoy runners would run well for the sake of putting them in order. One Day at a Time and Sabrina both have jumped out quite well. And at the $10, it will actually 3 McAvoy runners because Knurl or Knurl, it was $10 yesterday. And Godolphin horse, I thought that has trialled quite well and presented the best value. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I've gone the same way. I've gone One Day at a Time on top. Liked what I've seen in the trial. Think it can run well. This is an open race, as you have rightly pointed out. It's a little bit of a watch and learn. I thought the main danger could be the top weight Eurocanto from the Hayes stable. Again, well bred and could run well.
The third is a listed race over 1,800 metres, superimposed for the 3-year-olds. Who do you like here?
Yeah, look, I narrowed it down to 2 here and was struggling to split them, but I've decided I'm going to go for number 4, Options. Very good in its first 2 starts, winning, and now look, it didn't have a lot of luck last start. Sort of got knocked around a bit, sort of at the furlong, but stuck on well after that and only just missed. So I think it's going to be improved by that. Gate 11 will suit. I think he'll be off the fence and be able to chime in and run really well. The main danger, which I also liked, was Obvious. I thought it was very good last start when it stepped out to the 1500 at Bendigo. Finished off nicely there, hit the line well. I think getting out to the 1800 here suits, and I won't let it get under my guard as well.
I agree. I'm with the Options on top. I like the fight it showed there when the other two horses challenge it, didn't throw in a towel at all. And this might be a slightly weaker race, to be honest. So I'm with it. And then a couple of these lightly raced ones interest me again. Azael will push forward from the middle gate there for Mickey D. It was good on debut. And I think Akora improves. For last start, just sort of passed it by. Went back and stayed there. Was okay through the line. It will be much improved out to 1,800 metres. Worth giving your thought as well. But I think Options is here to run very well. 1,600 metre Edward Manifold Stakes is up next. It is for the 3-year-old fillies, and I was able to sack that lead-up race and just decided that the Canterbury runners probably got stronger form than the rest of them. Just a Journey's going to come here. It's going to be a great run for J Mac. He'll just sit 1-1. Could probably lead if he assume you take the Gaybot horse, but he's just going to stalk and beat these. So just a journey on top. I thought very easy to like. What are you doing?
Same. Thought the Sydney form was probably the best form here. Again, third up, been good two first starts this time in. Jane Mack on board, Friedman's flying. Yeah, I'm keen that this one can run well, and I like the price.
The fifth is the Rose of Kingston Stakes. This is for the older mares. It's 1,400 metres. What are we doing?
Yeah, look, a really open race here. Some horses that got a bit of mixed form here, a few wins, etc. I'm going to go for the top weight. Marble Arch was going really well when last in work. Resumed a few weeks back at Flemington, and I thought was pretty good over the 1,400. Finished sixth in a pretty close finish behind a fairly good horse in Lazura. Went about 20s. I think that was a good first up tilt. I think it'll improve and run really well in this. I've got it on top. Thought Pop Award at the odds could run an improved race. It was sort of out the back last start, which didn't suit and had to make too much ground. And it was, again, another leader-dominated race. I think around the 15 to 20 mark here. It would be worth making sure that this one doesn't get under your guard. So I thought it could run well. But there's other horses here that can also run well. Miraval Rose was pretty good last start, and On Display gets a weaker field here.
On Display nearly should have beaten Lazura last time out. So I'm going to put it on top. I think Clear Air, even like it will fight out the finish. From Pop Award, who has last two starts been given none. Jockey change now with Giant McNeil going on and an inside gate. I think we've seen it in the past, Aussie up and take up spots. I think $16 is a great price for a horse that is going better than the 7 and 8 next to its name. And yeah, you've mentioned Marble Arch, agree. Moving out, next best. If you're looking to fill out those numbers. The sixth is an 1,100 metre, a very good 1,100 metre race for the 3-year-olds at Group 2 level, the Danehill Stakes, where I think this is a cracker. But I'm putting Rosberg on top. I thought it was a very impressive debut. Logically, will be better for the day at the races there, but the trials leading in were great. I think we've got a talented horse on our hands. So I'm going to stick with it. From Jimmy Ricard back to the trials. Trialled very well. Inside gate, perhaps the concern up the straight. But getting $9 to find out. And the Sydney form around Tentris looks pretty obvious to me now, I think. So go on with the Colts. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm pretty keen on Rosberg as well. I liked everything about the first up run. It was pretty good. Hit the line perfect once it got clear and came away quite comfortably in the end, I thought. I got it on top, and I think good horse in the making. Clear on top for me.
The quaddie kicks off with the Bart Cummings, 2,520 metres. I think it's for a ticket in the Melbourne Cup. Used to be. Or at least was a key lead-up, as they say. What are we doing here?
Yeah, look, looks to be a race in two here, and I've set it on Gilded Water. That was fantastic. Last start, just like kicked their brains in, and I think it was still doing its best work on the line. It was hard held. I got it on top, super hard to beat, especially with the 5 kilo pulling the weights. Revelare's going great, and will run a good race. Gate forward, can posse up perfect here. Would challenge in the straight, but I just think, given the weight pull, that's the way I'm going to go.
I'll take you on. I thought Revelare has been fantastic. Its last 2 wins, I think they've been arrogant. And this is a very nice horse in the making. Well, if not already. See, it's on top. Look, I thought Gilded Water beat up a bunch of trash last time out. So that was the only knock. But as you say, has a weight swing and is the only danger for me here. Yeah, won't even mention another one. I'll just take the better price around Revelare. Momona will probably run third if you're looking for a trifecta. The feature on the card is a 2,000 metre Turnbull Stakes. And we see another very interesting Group 1 where I'm putting Cedelius on top. I'm saying that lead up behind Mr. Brightside was a farce of a race. Well, it was. And a bit of a better seasoning for it. He's going to have me go with it. I think Cedelius still half doesn't know what it's doing as well. And Penny Drops will be a very scary horse. Can find a nice spot behind probably River of Stars. I assume is going to go forward and try and pace make for Via Sistina. So it's on top. Will I get the job done? The main danger is Antino. Ran as well as it could have in that lead up race. And last time was at 2,000 metres. It smashed him at the Doomben Cup, that ultra impressive timeout. So I think the horse is in pretty good order. Looking forward to seeing it. And I'm just interested to see where Aliana and Half Yours fit into the picture. Both have been impressive, but now need to take on the absolute Group 1. Sedelius on top, and fairly keen, actually. What do you think about this? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm keen as well. I like Sir Delius. I think we're got very keen. It can run a huge race in the Melbourne Cup, and I think this is another good lead up to that. Love the way it just went. It dug in last start. It just came back, and when it worked out what it wanted to do and got on the right leg and put the foot down, that was impressive. So 2,000, the further they go, the further this horse will improve. Just got to get the right run here coming from 14. There's this Stina, don't know what was taken out of it last start, given it did all the chasing. Obviously not a suitably run race, but it's got gate 1. So it's going to need to get clear air at the right time. And we know Sir Delius will push it all the way if that's the case. And I'm keen to see how Half Yours goes. Loved the run last start, had the, beat a field, probably a reasonably average field, but won convincingly, and it's on the way to obviously Caulfield Cup and maybe Melbourne Cup, so I'd expect it to run well here.
Yeah, it does feel a bit like a Caulfield Cup horse, doesn't it? Half Yours. But,
Yep.
Gilgai Stakes up next, race 9, 1,200 metres, Group 2, and War Machine's a ripper. I love what it did in Queensland. I love the fact it's had the Queensland sun on its back. Trials were great. Was ripping the arms out of the socket of Blake Shin in both those trials. It's on top. It's going to win. Right, the Gilgai and go on to bigger and better things. I think you've said the stable have a big opinion of it as well. Superazzi, the best 200-1 shot you'll see all day or anywhere. It's better than that. And at about $30 a place, I'll have something on it. And just looking forward to seeing how Little Fracas stacks up to a slightly better grade. What are you doing here, Beaver?
Yeah, War Machine for me is quality animal. Drawn good in the out wide. Can just sit out there, and when it wants to put the foot down, we'll put the foot down. I think it's clearly better than these. I thought $4 is a good price, to be honest. Presents nice value here. And La Fracas, I'm keen to see how it goes down the straight, and slightly up in company here, but I think it's a good animal, and keen watch on it, but pretty keen War Machine.
We'll wrap up with the Paris Lane, a listed race over 1,400 metres. What are we doing in the last?
Yeah, interesting race, the last race here. I'm going to stick with the last start winner in Café Millenium. Loved the way it won last start, just sat sort of midfield there and finished off its race quite nicely here. I think it probably gets a similar run here. Gate 10's perfect. Hopefully enough pace on, and when they say go, I think around the $6.50 mark is a really good bet. So I got it on top and hard to beat.
Agree. Yep. Nothing more to add. I think in Zudo, if you're looking for a danger, improves out to 1,400 metres. I didn't know what to do with Shadizi, to be honest, so I just went around it. Café Millenium's going to run well again here. Flemington just suits this big, dopey-looking thing. I wanted to go looking for Regal Asmond, but the trials were embarrassing. So that's it. Give us your quaddie.
Yeah, look, interesting quaddie here. So I'll do my best to see if we can get something going here. In the first leg, I've got, let me just get my names to match my numbers, is number 2, Revelare, and number 15, Gilded Water. I think we've only got 2 chances there, so I'll go skinny there. In the next leg, I'm going number 3, Sedelius, number 4, Via Sistina, and number 6, Half Yours. In the third leg, I'm going number 1, War Machine, number 8, Nadal, and number 17, La Fracas. And then to finish off the last, I'm going for hopefully where we get a little bit of value. I'm going number 3, Café Millenium, number 4, Amenable, number 11, Enzuto, number 12, Shadizi, and number 13, Heel Rip.
Beauty. Your best and value for Turnbull Day.
My best bet is race 7, number 15, Gilded Water. And my value bet comes up in the last, number 3, Café Millenium.
I am going to make my value race 3, number 4 options. My best, I was going to make it Revelare. But let's go with On Display, actually. I think On Display, my best. I think War Machine runs really well. I think Just a Journey runs really well. So fairly keen we can get some
Yep.
cash out of tomorrow. What's going on in Queensland?
I'm pretty keen that later in the day that in both Randwick and
Mm, yeah,
Flemington, there's some good bets that you can fill up. So don't blow your cash too early would be my recommendation, which I've done plenty of times
I was going to
before.
say, how do I do that? Um,
Doomben,
yeah,
only had a couple up there. Isn't the greatest meets known to man. So I will come up with. Now I've lost my bets. Here we go. Race 6, number 15, Margot's Deal. I've got it on top. And then in race 7, number 1, Pareto. They were my two from Dubin.
Beauty. Just won at Kembla, race 8, number 1. Perfect plays, dropped right back in grade. If it's ever going to win another race, it will do so tomorrow. That's it. Beaver, love your work.
Love yours as well, buddy.
That's very sweet of you. I will talk to all the punters, as you will next week, and we'll do it all again. Good punting this weekend, guys. Take care.